Hello, and welcome to Creative Arts, the podcast where we explore the deep, fascinating, and often untold history of Black creativity across the arts. I am Jessica, and I am thrilled to have you here as we embark on this journey through the many layers of Black contributions to the creative and performing arts and beyond. At its heart, the creative arts are all about storytelling. Every performance, every note, every stroke of a paintbrush has a story behind it. And for Black artists, storytelling has been a profound and powerful tool, not just for entertainment, but as a way to preserve culture, teach life lessons, resist oppression, and inspire change. So, before we dive into the lives and legacies of some truly remarkable artists, let's take a moment to honor the history that led us here. Because the stories of Black creativity in the arts isn't just about isolated achievements, it's an unbroken tradition of resilience, adaptation, and brilliance. Let's start from the beginning. In many African cultures, storytelling was an essential part of community life. Storytellers, or griots, were entrusted with preserving history, sharing wisdom, and keeping traditions alive. Griots were more than just entertainers. They were historians, poets, and keepers of culture. Through tales of ancestors, heroes, and myths, they connected communities and shared powerful lessons, often with a blend of music, rhythm, and dance. These traditions were passed down orally, generation after generation. These oral traditions made their way to America through the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved Africans carried the stories of their homelands in their hearts and minds, using storytelling as a way to retain their identities, cultures, and beliefs. In a place where they were stripped of freedom, storytelling became a means of survival, resilience, and unity. Folk tales like Burr Rabbit became popular, portraying a clever trickster who outsmarts stronger opponents, mirroring the enslaved people's resistance and clever survival strategies. Then, in the 19th century, storytelling took on new forms. Spirituals, songs of faith and hope, served as a means of emotional and spiritual expression. But they also carried hidden messages, guiding those seeking freedom along the Underground Railroad. Later, powerful figures like Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacobs gave voice to their own lived experiences in the form of slave narratives, exposing the horrors of slavery and becoming advocates for abolition. These narratives weren't just stories. They were testimonies that challenged America's conscience. Fast forward to the 1920s and 1930s, an era of immense creativity known as the Harlem Renaissance. Black writers, poets, musicians, and artists used storytelling to celebrate Black culture and heritage, giving rise to icons like Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, and Claude McKay. This wasn't just a movement, it was a rebirth, a reclaiming of identity, and an expression of pride and beauty in Black life. Hurston's work, for example, drew directly from Southern Black oral traditions, making stories that felt deeply personal and universal. As the years went on, storytelling became a powerful tool in the civil rights movement. Leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X used stories to connect, inspire, and push for change. Writers like James Baldwin and Maya Angelou crafted works that exposed systemic injustice, allowing people to feel, reflect, and act. Their words became rally cries for equality and justice. In the 1970s and beyond, Black artistry expanded even further. Black dance was thriving, fueled by the cultural movement of the time. Dance on Broadway and in theater began blending traditional techniques with jazz, funk, and even disco, creating a style that mirrored the era's energy. For Black artists, this decade wasn't just about innovation. It was about carving out space and telling powerful stories through movement. Alvin Ailey, already a towering figure in the dance world, reached new heights with his iconic work, Cry, in 1971. This masterpiece, dedicated to Black women, celebrated their resilience and struggles with breathtaking grace and emotional depth. The 1970s were a time of transformation, and Black dancers and choreographers stood at the forefront, merging cultural pride, personal expression, and artistry to redefine what dance could be. From Toni Morrison's deeply nuanced novels to the raw power of hip-hop, Black creativity in the arts took on new dimensions, connecting with broader audiences. Spoken word poets and hip-hop artists like Gil Scott-Heron, Tupac Shakur, and Queen Latifah brought contemporary social issues to the forefront, blending poetry and rhythm in ways that redefined American culture. And today, Black history is alive and thriving across media, from social media and podcasts to film and television. Directors like Ava DuVernay, Spike Lee, and Jordan Peele use their work to tackle modern issues, reframe Black narratives, and continue the tradition of storytelling with depth and purpose. Here on Creative Arts, we'll explore all these rich traditions and more. We'll look at the pioneering Black artists who have transformed dance, film, literature, and beyond. Each episode will be packed with fascinating history, memorable stories, and the indelible impact of Black creativity on the arts as a whole. So whether you're an art lover, a history enthusiast, or someone looking for a bit of inspiration, we invite you to join us on this journey. Together, let's dive deep in the history, the brilliance, and the enduring legacy of Black voices in the creative arts. Let's honor those who came before us and those who continue to shape the future of storytelling. If this episode resonates with you, please share it with family, friends, and anyone who loves storytelling and history as much as you do. And don't stop there. Jump into the conversation on social media. Let us know what stories inspire you, the artists you'd like us to feature, or even your own moments of creativity. Follow us, tag us, and use the hashtag Creative Arts Podcast to stay connected. This is Creative Arts. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next episode.